destiny of millions around the world. The vision that created legends out of brave men and women. The vision that empowered and created the global superstars. This is the story of the world's fastest growing MMA promotion. This is the story of Brave Combat Federation. Martial arts history, MMA Super Cup was held in 2022 on the biggest stage. The Kingdom of Bahrain becoming the champion nation. Today, Brave CF is the largest sports media property in the Middle East. And it holds the largest MMA market share in Asia. It's the symbol of a nation's pride and greatness. The greatness doesn't end here. The thrive continues with the global domination to change the sport of MMA from event business to sports business. To transform the MMA sports ecosystem. Brave CF will continue its legendary journey.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 2022 MMA Super Cup, hosted in the beautiful city of Manama, Kingdom of Bahrain. We are ready to continue with the next quarterfinal matchup. All right, and with that said, we are ready to start. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. Prepare yourselves for action! All right, with that bout underway, we will continue with the next one. Contested at 61.2 kilograms. At first, we welcome out, representing Team Kazakhstan, Janibek Tinishti. And now please join me in welcoming his opponent, representing Team Balkan champions, Katanovic. All right, with both fighters in the cage, we now go to the final introductions. Introducing first, fighting out of a blue corner, representing Team Kazakhstan, Janibek Tunishchik. And his opponent, fighting out of a red corner, representing Team Balkan champions, Vojo Katanovic. And the referee in charge of his contest is Scott Manhart.
61.2 kilograms in the blue corner, Janibek Tunishchik. His opponent, Vojo Katanovic, in the red.
Can Katanovic get the first win for the Balkan states, or can the Kazakh fighters continue them?
Janibek, a 2019 Junior Worlds bronze medalist, took the gold medal impressively at the 2021 Senior European Open, scooping 4 successive wins in the ultra-tough bantamweight division.
So he has that quality, he has that big fight experience on the amateur level. This is bread and butter type fight for him.
Janibek will bounce in and out of range as well, engage the leg kicks and the jab with the lead hand, and then he'll implement his combinations off that gauge. So if they're, oh, nice turning back kick from Vojo. He's consolidating information here. As you see, he fakes low and then goes high. He's always looking for that opening.
Downloading the data, so to speak. Oh, that was a clean kick. That got through. There's just a fluidity with Janibek. That's a big shot over the top too. Even just the way he cuts his angles, he's almost like an ice skater getting in there.
He's very smooth and calm and collected as well. And he consolidates the information and he selects the relevant blueprint. If he looks to channel down, he notices the hands go down, he'll go up with the question mark kick as we've seen. He really is a complete mixed martial artist.
Even just the little micro feints he's throwing to elicit some sort of a reaction, all very, very intelligent.
Vojo looks to come from perhaps a karate background with that side-bladed stance, not setting down completely on those shots, and he just made me a liar. 2 big shots.
He moved the head quite nicely after the combination as well. Sorry, Phil.
Using that jab hand to paw a little bit.
Vojo had a little luck with that liver kick, maybe seeing another one.
Technically, gentlemen, one of the best fights we've seen so far today.
Janibek will strike, he'll work his way in and land some decisive shots, and then when he senses the end of the round, he'll change it to the level change and look for the takedown, just to implement it in his favor.
He's feinted with the uppercut a few times. Just as you say, Dean.
He does this towards the end of the round just to secure the takedown. A little bit of a fence grab by Vojo. Oh, beautiful work. Overhook for Vojo. Potentially look for a triangle submission here.
It again shows his MMA intellect that he knows at the end of the round. It's just something to do to make it that little bit more definitive in the eyes of the judges. Good head control, just right underneath the chin. Solid first round.
Yep, Zhanibek Tenishtik from Kazakhstan. A really complete mixed martial artist. Used the fakes and the feints and double leg at the end. Nice question mark kick as well.
Zhanibek clearly won that fight on the feet. We didn't have enough time to see what he's got on the ground. I'm hoping in the second round that we do.
Take a look at the replay here. Zhanibek walking forward. Nice inside leg kick missed from Voyo. Voyo's barrage of punches. Zhanibek dancing out of range. Oh,
that one landed.
Turning back kick just missed. Nice body kick from Voyo. Round 2, 3 minutes on the clock. Zhanibek in the blue corner, Voyo in the red.
Zhanibek showing a little bit of head movement. That's fairly easy to pull off on the outside. Very hard to pull off on the inside when there's big shots coming in.
A little bit of an upward back fist. Voyo starting to put things together a little bit better.
He's got a bit of a more squatted stance as well to load that power up, and also so he can sprawl back and alleviate that double leg from Zhanibek.
Zhanibek just seems to have the ability to evade the punches. Not far away.
Zhanibek also will try and get his opponents to mirror him. He'll throw the inside leg kick thinking they're going to throw one back to even the scorecards, and then he'll capitalize on that. So he pulls the response. Oh, beautiful question mark kick. He pulls the response out of his opponents.
Thought about the uppercut there. And now he seems to be turning it up just a little bit. It's great output as well from Zhanibek. He's maintaining a very, very high pace throughout. Hasn't seemed to tail off at all.
No visible effects in his performance. Face is showing no sign of fatigue.
Voyo has got to put the pressure on. He's got to threaten the submissions. He's going to do that, however, he needs to control the body to prevent the takedown.
Nice job by Zhanibek of just compressing, throwing the legs to the side. Good job from Voyo to get back onto the feet. Nice takedown, just initiated the double underhooks, head under the chin, textbook trip.
Zhanibek thrives here in the top position. He'll keep busy just enough to keep the ref happy. He'll go to the body and the head as well. He's got to get the right arm out of the overhook here. Voyo could potentially stuff the arm through, the left arm through of Zhanibek to work the triangle.
It's just the ground game that I've been so curious about. Doesn't appear to be quite as effective as a standing game, but nevertheless, he's pulling ahead on the ground as well, although not as fully as you can see. It's called for a little more action or he'll stand it up.
Tight overhook.
That clapper is 10
Trying
seconds.
to work a go-go platter. There you just see the diversity of the striking arsenal from the Kazakh fighter.
Everything's for a reason for him. He was showing that uppercut to try and make Voyo
To elicit a
circle
different
around.
reaction,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then he's consolidating those reactions, and then he's almost steering Voyo to where he wants him to be. But Voya had some nice aggression. That's what he needs. He needs to pressure Janibek backwards. He needs to implement his own game. There's some nice strikes here. The right hand connected, but the left just missed on the shoulder. But when he presses Janibek, he has more success. And when he's on the receiving end, that's when he's being pushed back. And he's got to try and avoid, when he gets in the takedown in the clinch, he's got to try and avoid almost using the guillotine to accept in the guard position to pull Janibek on top of him.
Both men looking just as fresh as when they entered the cage. Speaks to the superior conditioning.
Oh,
that's a nice shot from Voyo. Conceivably, Janibek could be up 2 rounds here, so knows that he'll get a finish. Should he want? Oh, that's a good shot. Putting the pressure on.
Again, he can't accept this bottom position. He held on to the head. He's got to get the underhooks and immediately bounce back up to his feet. Here, he's in danger of being controlled. And Janibek will do enough. He'll stay out of the submissions. He'll stay on top. He'll use the ground and pound to keep the referee happy.
In that half guard position, or the anchor position as some have referred to it, and it's a position we see popularized in mixed martial arts in the modern era. Fighters seem to be happy to sit in that half guard, or that half mount, so to speak, now if they're using it in an offensive manner.
Yeah, it's interesting to see Janibek triangling the legs over the right leg there of Voyo. Serving just to control a little bit more from the top position and maintain this top position, but he's got to keep active because the referee might stand it up.
Voyo may try and wall walk, try and walk up around the cage and sneak out the back.
Voyo looking there to his corner. I think they were asking him to pummel that. But I mean, with the referee clapping for the stand-up, you could argue here that Voyo should just hold on and then force the stand-up.
Just little pot shots from Janibek.
It's a smart call from the referee. Just a minute left now.
Fair stand up from the ref. Janibek, when he gets on top, needs to show just a little more aggression.
And Kitanovic really needs to put the foot on the gas right now and make something happen. Not far away with a head kick.
Well, he's got to empty the mag here. He's got to hold down on auto fire and go for it.
Just has to throw caution to the wind, throw the kitchen sink.
Again, but it's difficult for him because he's worried about that. He's worried about the level change, you know, if he overcommits.
And then that'll lead to timidity with the strikes because he doesn't want to overcommit, as you say.
But again, it's a testament to the game plan, the skills, the high fighter IQ, the awareness from Janibek. He's been here many times before with his bronze medal and his gold medal as well. And he understands the game, he understands how to edge his way forward, how to control from the top position as well.
And how to do it with maximum efficiency.
Yeah. A really impressive performance by Janibek. See here from the replay, the fight gets dragged to the floor, and there was the configuration of the legs. Nice leg kick from Janibek. Single leg from Janibek as he runs the pipe. Top position.
Nasty axe kick, just missed left and right. Gonna try the center now.
In all likelihood, gentlemen, we're looking at a 30-27 here. And potentially Kazakhstan going 3-0.
All right, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score of about 30-27 in favor of your winner in the blue corner, and representing Kazakhstan, Janibek Tunishtik.
Balkan team is now under extreme pressure to try and get a W. With 5 wins, this country versus country, Kazakhstan versus Team Balkans champions is over. It will not go to all 9 fights if 5 fights are won in a row.
All right, we will continue with the next bout contested at 65.8 kilograms. Welcome out first, representing Team Kazakhstan, Anatoly Zolotykh. And welcoming in his opponent, representing Team Balkan champions, Vojislav Simicic. All right, with both fighters in the cage, it is time for the final introductions. First, fighting out of a blue corner, representing Team Kazakhstan, Anatoly Zolotykh. And his opponent, fighting out of a red corner, representing Team Balkan champions, Vojislav Simicic. And the referee in charge of this contest is Derek O'Dove.
65.8 kilograms, Anatoly Zolotykh in the blue corner. His opponent, Vojislav Simicic in the red. Anatoly with center cage here. Could be the longer of the two with the longer reach.
Yeah, I think so. Pressure really is on Vojislav to get that first win for the Balkan team. Big head kick.
Very clear fighting style from these Team Balkan champions.
Capitalizes on the mistake from Simicic.
Anatoly, one of Kazakhstan's top up-and-comers, gold medals at both the Asian Open and the Junior European Open in 2019. Oy, that was a low shot. You could hear that
You can hear that straight away, gentlemen.
That noise hurts.
Sure, we may as well have a wee look at the replay, lads. You just heard that dull thud that you know it landed clean.
So we take a look at the replay. Yeah,
right up the middle.
That was clean.
Tight plum clinch. Once again, pressed up against the cage in that over-under position. I think it's almost inevitable that fights end up in this position at some stage, especially throughout the course of an amateur fight.
Well, it's an ability to shut down the striking game, isn't it? As well as try to sap your opponent's cardio, control to gain the takedown. Nice high crotch. Woo. I love the way he tripped the leg as well.
What strength being used there.
Zolotic looking for the back here. He
He's a little bit low.
Yeah, he needs to walk himself up the body.
Strange scramble position. Anybody's guess as to who ends up in control.
Beautiful scramble. Both men trading positions. Kazakh man on top may try and work for a crucifix position here.
These little scrambles like that are literally my favorite part of mixed martial arts. It's where every even fight is won, in these little scrambles.
Oh, that's beautiful transition into the mount. But then Simicic's done a good job to reclaim the guard very quickly. Foot on hip, may try and look for submission. Zolotic has given him no space at all to work. Beautiful distribution of weight from Zolotic.
Wojciechow's got to use that underhook to his advantage, get the feet on the floor, try and use the buck and the hip escapes here. Now he's got his feet connected with the ground. 40 seconds left on our clock, even though we just had the 10-second clapper.
I don't think the 10-second clapper took into consideration the... I don't think they took into consideration the break and play for the low blow, yeah. Round ended potentially a little early there.
Interesting. Here we see the back take. Anatoly was just a little bit low on that. He was chasing the mount, had a great takedown as well. Looked to get the high crotch and then kick the base leg away to secure the top position. That's a nice head kick. Vojislav. Round two.
Oh, solid nice kick to the body. Simicic is trying to find a home for that head kick.
Heavy shoulder from Anatoly here. And this is a battle for underhooks. We were speaking about this earlier with the cage behind your fingers. It makes it difficult to pull the full grips.
Getting cheese grated.
Yeah, cheese grated. That was it. He did a good job of circling him away now. He's going to look to hit bump him down to the ground. Mat return.
Vojislav is actually fighting very, very well here. It's just that Anatoly is fighting even better.
There's that leg lace we see.
Second hook is in.
Has to be wary of crossing the legs.
Danger's close now.
Trying to isolate. Switches to the body triangle. With the body triangle, every breath now that Vojislav takes will compress him a little bit more and restrict him of his breathing.
Nice job with that body triangle. First one we've seen so far in this bout.
Very intelligently tucking the instep in behind the knee, but great work to get out of it momentarily from Vojislav.
That's the thing with the body triangle. It's tight and it saps your breathing mechanism, but also it's a little bit easier to turn towards your opponent, particularly if you go to the side of the lock and put pressure on the ankles.
Yeah.
With the traditional hooks, if your opponent rolls, the reason they're there on the inside of the hips is so you can follow them. So it's a different affordance. But like you said, with that the leg lace, with the right leg of Anatoly, he's making it very difficult for Vojislav to base, to get his feet underneath him, to turn.
May take the back mount here, flatten them out and land strikes. Very dominant round for Anatoly Zolotic. Again, it's a little bit more difficult in the amateurs to work for the rear naked choke because the gloves are a little bit bigger, a little bit more of an impediment, but he's landing big strikes. I would like to see him take the back, hip in, flatten out and land big strikes.
It's a little bit difficult for him to flatten his opponent out with that body triangle. That's the thing. He needs to switch between the body triangle and then the traditional hooks on the back. Make it a little bit easier for him to flatten him out. And Anatoly Vojislav currently the cage is there, so it's a little bit more difficult for him to choke on that side.
Again, a very, very solid round for the Kazakh fighter. Kirik, if you're in the corner of Vojislav right now, what are you telling him going into a fight he's potentially down 2 rounds in?
I do believe that he's very clearly down 2 rounds. I don't believe he can win by submission. You tell your fighter to trade, take a couple of shots, let your opponent get his confidence up a little bit, and then hit him with your best shot. He's got to try and go for the knockout, but he can't be obvious about it or he'll get knocked out himself. And then on the converse of that, if you're in the corner of Zolotic, you're just going to be saying more of the same, please.
Anatoly, but his cage is faster.
Beautiful sprawl, heavy hips, steps over the back. Oh, it turns it into a takedown of his own. That's wrestling.
For the back to
again, needs to do enough to keep himself honest here. Strikes progress past body, head.
From here, Vojislav really needs to start to think about putting his feet on the hips. He's got to swing that angle for the submissions if you'd like, but you could argue here he's got to finish this by submission if he's going to stay off of his back.
Trying to work the triangle. Turn the hips very well.
Very smart by Anatoly to attack the body first. Fighters on bottom typically worry most about their head. Takes their attention off the head, then you can attack the head.
Final minute from what has been another very dominant performance from the Kazakh team. All 3 fights. if this does go to the 30-27.
Does a great time, forces them to come out.
Chokes in place, but so is the defense. That defense is usually good for at least 30 seconds or so. Wow, this is the counter to the counter, breaking it. Very impressive. Transition to the back.
Incredible awareness. Nice little heel strikes to the inside of the thigh. Big strikes to close out the round. Huge hammer fist from Mount. That's it.
Dominant performance from Anatoly.
Did everything but get the finish, and that's me finding something to be critical about. His striking, his cage awareness, cage generalship, positional control, all top notch.
Phenomenal performance so far. Team Kazakhstan has won 4 in a row, won by bye. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why they are the number 3 team in the world. Number 2 teams, of course, are Bahrain and the Russian MMA Union.
At this point, Anatoly is just icing on the cake, just to finish the masterpiece that he painted inside the octagon today.
All right, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges for a decision. The judges score of about 30-27, 30-27, and 30-26 in favor of your victor. In the blue corner, from Team Kazakhstan, Anatoly Zolotykh.
Phil, I am looking forward to seeing Anatoly Zolotykh in the Brave Combat Federation cage, and sooner rather than later. That was a masterful performance of mixed martial arts technique.
Yeah, I don't think that young man is too far away from entering the pro ranks at all.
All right, Team Kazakhstan now have 4 straight victories. With 5 wins, they will advance to the semifinals and end this bracket of competition. But it remains to be seen if they can score another victory. We will move up to 70.3 kilograms, and we welcome out first from Team Kazakhstan, Neymat Asadov. And ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming in his opponent to the cage, representing Team Balkan champions, Danilo Ristic.
The pressure is firmly on the shoulders of Danilo Ristic. Needs to get this win to keep the Balkan team's hope of progressing alive.
Yeah, after we saw the shenanigans of the Mexican team, they now have implemented the new rule set. 5 victories are obtained, they instantly go through, so we don't have a repeat of the fighters having to kind of bow out of the fight to try and save themselves.
Also, great use of the word shenanigans. You don't hear that enough anymore. Fantastic.
Hopes of the Balkans champions team rests in this man about to enter the cage.
All right, with both fighters in the cage, we now go to the final introductions. Coming out first, fighting out of a blue corner, representing Team Kazakhstan, Neymasadov. And his opponent, fighting out of a red corner, representing Team Balkan champions, Danilo Ristic. And the referee in charge of this contest is Hadi Muhammad Ali.
70.3 kilograms in the blue corner, Neyma Asadov, his opponent, Danilo Ristic in the red.
There's an unofficial rule in mixed martial arts. When you see that beard with no mustache, be careful.
Opening well with the hands is Ristic. Sorry, Asadov.
Danilo coming out aggressively, but overreacting a little bit in his defense.
Asadov with the takedown. Slight miscommunication in the graphics there. Asadov is in the blue corner, whilst Ristic is in the red corner. Beautiful pass, just slow, methodical, heavy pressure from Asadov.
Asadov top position now, great side control as well, shoulder pressure. To get out of this position here, he needs the forearm on the throat. Nice hip escape from Ristic.
Oh, just cutting through. Momentarily had the mount, now again in that anchor position. Trying to cinch up. Trying to cinch up the doors.
Asadov's going to fire that right arm through. He's going to have to clasp now, put his fingers in the crook of his elbow. It's difficult again with these bigger gloves, but he gets it.
Pops that arm right through.
And he needs Ristic a little bit more on the side. The pressure goes through the arm and your own arm.
May try and pull him into himself a little bit more to get that angle.
Difficult to see whether he tapped it. The referee definitely jumped in and called a stoppage. Didn't seem like Ristic was out. And he doesn't seem to be protesting it, so potentially it could have been very close to the tap.
Could have been momentarily out. But again,
Hadi Muhammad Ali, one of the best in the business. I didn't see what he saw, but whatever he saw, I am certain is firm.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We're sat right next to the cage because he's actually in there next to the athlete, so he's got the best vantage point in the house. Here's the replay. There's some of the strikes on the feet. There was the takedown. Asadov worked to get to the mount. There was the fire of the arm. He cinched up the choke here. Difficult to see whether he tapped or not. Look at his face as he comes out, though. See if we can decipher whether he went out.
We're just seeing the setup for the finish now, and again with this particular submission, it's difficult to see if a fighter taps because the hands are so impeded and locked up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this bout
on the left side of the body.
1 minute and 29 seconds of the very first round, as referee Hadi Muhammad Ali stops the fight via a Darce choke in favor of your winner from a blue corner and Team Kazakhstan, Neymat Asadov.
Asadov with the big win, and in doing so, takes it to 5-0 for Kazakhstan, a clean sweep and progression to the next round.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as Team Kazakhstan have now advanced to 5 straight victories, they have eliminated Team Balkan champions from the tournament, and they will advance to the semifinals tomorrow. So this bracket is now completed, and we will reconvene here at 7:30 local time for the final quarter-final matchups. Thank you very much, and we'll see you then.